What is up guys, Joe right here. Today I'm showing you how to fix the iPhone 5S getting stuck on Partitioning NAND 28 while trying to restore a custom-made firmware using setup.app patch. So what I managed to find during my research is that the problem is not the LibiMobile itself, it's not the phone itself, but the support system from the LibiMobile. So LibiMobileDevice uses the same system as iTunes with a pre-configured device base, and the iPhone 5S has a problem on the FDR data that makes the phone not to get recognized to complete the restores. So the problem is that you cannot restore not even a freshly downloaded firmware from Apple server in LibiMobileDevice on the 5S. So in order to do that, we need to use iTunes. iTunes? Yes, iTunes. But not iTunes, the commonly known iTunes. You're going to use iTunes 11.4. The newer version of iTunes is of course patched and doesn't allow this kind of restores anymore. But you can try iTunes, the version 11.4 I have right here. I'm going to show you. I'm gonna link it in the description because it's kinda hard to be found, and yeah, you can do whatever you want with it, but I'm just going to show you. But first I have something else to show you. It's the F.C.E 365 Firmware Manager 10.4 version, which was released, and it has the codename Fengwang, and is of course another iteration of F.C.E 365 Firmware Manager. This one contains a little bit of bug fixes, not any new feature introduced, but a lot of bug fixes, because of course you probably know the previous version, the version 10, is the first version to be rewritten in a C-based programming language, and this means the program was rewritten from scratch, and yes, bugs may come, but in this new iteration I basically fixed a little bit of bugs. This is why it's not called 11, it's called 10.4, because it's not a actual new release. It's basically bug fixes, and the Fengwang name right here is basically taken from Chinese mythology, and it's kind of like the phoenix bird. Okay, so I'm gonna put the link in the description. I'm gonna also update the iPhone wiki page. Now let's go in iTunes and see if we can fix that partitioning NAND error. So iTunes can verify the identifier. Oh yes, my clock is again behind. I don't know why. It always sets himself to that date. We are in 28, I guess, or 27. I don't really care. Okay, and now let's try to it says that the iPhone cannot be used because it requires iTunes version 12.2.2. This is, guys, because it's basically the phone is in the normal mode. You have to put your phone in recovery mode so it will get recognized. Because if the phone is in recovery mode, you will circumvent the iTunes policy not to be able to recognize the phone. Basically, I got in DFU mode, but it's okay. DFU mode works too right here. Okay, and as you can see, it says iPhone 5S is the same iPhone 5S, but it got recognized this time, so we can try to restore it. In order to try to restore it, you need to press Shift and go to desktop, and right here you select your 6.1 firmware containing the setup.app patch. And click restore and wait. So the setup.app is the setup.app from here. Here you go, the setup.app. This is the iOS 9.3.2 setup.app that I'm going to release, but you can also work with the bad thing. Okay, you can also work with the 9.3.1, I guess. Yes, 9.3.1 setup.app patch that it's released, because you can find it right here. of course, 9.3.1 setup.app patch for iPhone 5s. And it works because if you go here on the iPhone 5s GSM version, you can see that iOS 9.3.2 as well as 9.3.1 are still signed, so you can still get blobs for it. So it would work. The file counts like this, and those are the required things. Okay, let's go back to iTunes and see how it's working. Of course, we might still need to find a lot of bug fixes for the iTunes method, but it's still better than getting stuck on the partitioning NAND every time. So the problem wasn't with the custom-made firmware, the problem was with the LibiMobileDevice software for the support. I think you can't restore anything better than iPhone 5C, which means x32 devices on a LibiMobileDevice. This is because it isn't updated. So let's see if the restore starts, and let's see where it stops, because it should stop. Of course, it's a custom-made firmware being restored in iTunes, but it's at least a progress, which means very much. As I say, the progress is being made, we just have to pay attention to things. Thanks for everybody who sent me logs, so I could understand that it wasn't my phone nor the custom-made firmware the problem, but the LibiMobileDevice. It says waiting for the iPhone, okay. For the moment, it's the same scenario as on LibiMobileDevice, so we can't tell if it works or not for the moment. Now it's the problem. Let's see if it starts. Waiting for the iPhone. Restoring iPhone. So it basically starts here. On the LibiMobileDevice, the progress bar never increased, not even a little bit, but here it started to increase. It says restoring iPhone software. As you can see, so it's a custom-made firmware with setup.app patch, but the restore started. I didn't patch the iTunes with any files or something like that. It's just an older version that doesn't have that fix on it. Okay, so it's restoring for the moment. Let's see how far can it go, so we can know what we should fix. We can also find logs on iTunes, and I'm going to teach you in another video as an ending part of one video how to find the logs, because as you can see, iTunes is not like the LibiMobileDevice to tell you exactly where it stops, but of course iTunes saves a log of the restore somewhere in a folder, and I'm gonna search it and I'm gonna make a video about how you can find it, so you can know where it stops if it stops, so you know what to fix, of course. Let's see. Restore iPhone software, great. Well, this is the part when it's sent, the DMG file is being sent to the iPhone through the ASR portal, and after that it counts the verification part. Let's see how far you can go. You can also use NAND attack right here, it's the same thing, the same applications involved. Verifying Apple restore. Okay, so I've got the iPhone could not be restored, and the phone restarted in recovery mode. So the error I got is error 9. I have to document myself on error 9, but it's okay, it's a good start. It basically went through the half of the process, which means a lot. Well, it's not stuck on the partitioning NAND, and this is very good. Now, with this new version of Firmware Manager, I make rest assured that the files can get successfully created, even though the first version had a little bit of bugs. And yes, this is basically it. If you need the iTunes, is in the description. make sure it's 11.4. Everything lower cannot restore the phone. Anything up it will of course make the restore impossible because it's patched by Apple. So make sure it's 11.4. If you need to make sure, I think you can check out on if it's an SFX cab. Okay, compatibility details. Yes, here I think, yes, you can find it here, product version 11.4.0.18. This is what you need. This is the version that basically allowed me to go further. The 12 version basically stopped me on the same thing, on the FDR, I don't know why. But with this thing, we can try to circumvent it. Well, for the moment, this is as far as I can go. As I said, it's a work in progress, but as you can see, I find fixes if I try. So yeah, the iPhone 5S iCloud bypass method is just beginning on its development. We're basically at the beginning. Till now, we focused on the iPhone 5, 4S and 5C, but now I started the newer devices, which are of course different because they don't have keys, so we have to create combinated firmwares. This one right here is a combination between the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5S, and you have it here. And yes, this is basically it. If I get something new, I'm gonna make a video, of course. Till the next time, do not forget to subscribe to stay tuned, and check out the playlist in the description. Is the playlist dedicated to this project, to this iPhone 5S project, and you can save it and get, of course, updates before anyone else. Thanks for watching again. Till the next time, I'm Joe Snow. Goodbye.